pretty nifty to see on the dog walk this morning. Somebody's put together a Christmas tree. Oh, put the tinsel on a little tree in the bush there. It's awesome. Anyway. It'll be said, when it's like this, it's pretty damn glorious. Oh, gotta show you this view. This is awesome. It's like the sun comes out. It's nature's makeup. Makes everything look flipping glorious. Bit bloody lucky I am, living here. Bit bloody lucky. Oh, this is flipping lush, man. Look at that. Not bad, eh? Not bad at all. Isn't it mad how things just never go to plan? So I was supposed to be going over to the cottage this morning after walking the dogs, but that's just gone out the window. I hope I might need to do the same. There we go. Go and get Tom. Tom's been taken ill, so I've got to go and rescue him instead. Best laid plans. Still trying to get ready to get everything sorted before we go up country, but I don't know, man. Running out of time. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Honest. Panic over. So got him back, and I've been doing a bit of editing. Whilst I've trying to catch up really on all the stuff that I've been recording, and trying to empty this out so that when I come to go up country, all of the data is here. This is minimised, and so when I do go away, I don't have to take the backup disc with me, and I can just still carry on. Hopefully try to do these on a daily basis. We'll see how that works out. Got to go and get some food, and I've got to go and get some stuff sorted now. While I'm going over there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test out these. In fact, I'm going to do a couple of tests, because we've got these beasties here, which are ND filters for the GoPro. So I'm going to try each one out. On the car, what I'm thinking is I'm going to use a mount on the car. This one here. So this magnetic mount. Stick that on the front. ND filter up. That way we can test out which blur effect creates the best. That's what the ND filters are for, basically, is to reduce the amount of light and allow that blurring image to come through. So this is a standard 24p, and I'm just waving now in front of you. If I change the frame rate, you'll see a bit of a difference. So here we go. Now with a higher frame rate, you should see no blur at all. So that better effect, by better I mean a more natural looking, you get the blur back again. And that way, you know, it's kind of what your eye normally sees. So let's give it a try. Right, let's take off the protective film. There we go. How's that looking then? So this is the first one. This is the ND8. So we've got an 8, a 16 and a 32. Didn't realise that they would just pop over the top. They're not actually replacement lenses. They just clip onto the top. Setup number 1 on the front of the car. I don't know where my remote is. I was hoping to use that, but let's set it going and see. Cool. It's really odd. I can see the lens, look. That's not at all off point. This one is the 16. Yeah, busy road. Perhaps didn't choose the best of places to do this test. But hey, I'm not sure exactly where I'm going to be able to stop to be able to switch over to the 32. This 32 fitted. Should have peeled the tab first of all, Richie Rich. $32. Wow, look at that. Blown out or what? Let's try and do one without any filter on at all. Ah, that was interesting. Found out you actually need to reset ProTune. Might need to do that again so those ND filters work correctly. Let's see how it looks anyway. So now, no ND filter at all. That's a bit interesting. So it seems that the GoPro is clever enough to be able to compensate for the ND filter. However, it doesn't appear to be clever enough to be able to reverse that compensation when you take the ND filter off. So I just removed the ND32 there, and the image just immediately looked blown out. Way too much light coming in. So I had to go into the GoPro, go into ProTune, and select Reset ProTune. That then recalibrated based upon the light it had got without the ND filter on, so the standard lens, and that is what you can see now. I do wonder if it's kind of built up that compensation for the other two sets of ND filters that I'll pop on there, the ND8 and the ND16. Well, I'll tell you what, let's both review the footage now, and you tell me, which one do you think's best? So the light today, overcast, there's no direct sunlight, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's quite a dull day. It'd be interesting to see how that darkest ND filter comes out, to see what the imagery is like. I'm keen to find out. So, Future Rich, tell me, thumbs up or thumbs down for each of them? The ND8, the ND16, and the ND32. Which one looks best? The ND8, the ND16, and the ND32. Which one looks best? Well, I think we can safely answer that one. I think for me, that 32 was by far the best one. Yeah. So I think for the amount of blur that it gave, the imagery, the amount of colour that you got back in the sky, yeah, that 32's got to have it. I do think there will be a different result if I apply the ND filter and then reset ProTune every time. As I did this test, all I was doing was putting the filters straight on, so I was going up in scale with the filter grade. So I went from 8 to 16 to 32. I think if you're coming down in scale, if you're doing a 32 to a 16 to an 8, you'd have quite a problem with that compensation that the GoPro makes for it. But yeah man, 32 is the way to go. Certainly for driving anyway. Quite impressed with this. This is a standard GoPro battery as well. I recorded a lot on it yesterday. I've just taken off your mount, by the way, so you're back inside the car with me. You're a little bit chilly, I can tell you that. So I'm going to launch you back into the medium mod and we'll get some better sound going on as well. So in 1, 2, 3, there you go. How's that then? Hopefully sound is of much better quality for you now. Ah, this is sorted. I'm completely hands-free. Let's go. I like this. I'll just show you what I've done, by the way. I've got now mounted on the steering wheel here. Look at that. Got my GoPro remote. So I don't even have to reach across now. I can be all safe and drivey like, which is most unusual for me. But yeah, I can do it. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, goodbye. That's the old router. Get that packed up. Done. Let's crack on. On to the next. Where the new router is though, that's going to be a bit of a pain in the posterior. Right. Next stop. Penzance. So the reason I'm off to Penzance, by the way, is I'm actually going to go and have a look, a sneaky peek at a new house. Well, it could be a new house. There again, you know what? I do a lot of these sneaky peeks. I'm not kidding you. Probably seen about 40, 50 houses. Gonna have a look at them, suss them out. Sometimes good, sometimes not so good. Sometimes just kind of gonna hope, you know, because they're a bit out of range, price range. And then some of them, they're a bit out of range because of the effort that's going to be needed to get them back into a decent state. So, yeah, interesting to see. But it's in an area that we want to be. So, Penzance is about as southwesterly as you can go southwesterly. There are a couple of other further points, like Land's End, but you know, you're as near as damn it as far as you can go. It's the end of the line. In fact, when you come to use the train from London to Cornwall, you cannot go any further than Penzance. That's the last stop. It's a nice area and it's been developed quite a lot, so it's one of those to keep an eye on at the moment. I'm going to go and see what I can find, have a look at this place, see if it's any good, to see if it's something you want to actually move to. You never know. It's a bit nice around here. Ooh, these houses are a bit posh. Have a look at this. Ooh, crikey, Riley. Right, let's do the loop then. Big gates. Big metal gates, lots of big metal gates. That doesn't feel very welcoming. By Jiminy, it's jolly lovely, isn't it? So she was like close to the sea as well. How close to the sea? Fortunately, it's up a bloody big hill, so all that flooding malarkey ain't going to be such of an issue. Flipping out, that's really nice. Well. Crikey, it's a bit chippy choppy out there today. Look at that. Woo-hoo! Kicking up over the side. Battery just finally died. So let's switching over to these new Chinese import batteries. And then after that, we'll go back to the really posh batteries. Just going to see how well these ones last. Got a decent amount of time out of the GoPro standard battery. I've upgraded to the really posh batteries, the WhiteTop ones. They do seem to give all day usage. But yeah, so I'm going to give these Chinese variations a try and see how well they go. They're a damn sight cheaper. I'm expecting them to be a damn sight less effective. We'll see. 2 tests in one day. Crikey Bob. It's not going to be a full-on review test though, because I'm not going to do the full cycle of them. I'm just going to stick it in and use it standard. See how well they work. How well they work. How well they work. Right. Oh, by the way, my mum wanted to live up here. That would have been a nice kind of view out over the harbour. It should be choppy today though. I'm not so sure how much should have had the view-wise that is. Because she was looking at one at the side down there. Don't know. Anyway, I don't think she's going to bother anymore. I think she's going to stay in the Midlands. Well, although why you'd want to do that, I don't know. To live in the Midlands. Now I live in Cornwall. I much prefer Cornwall to the Midlands. Just personal preference, isn't it? It's personal preference. It is really, really... Penzance is normally flat, flat, flat. And today there's a little bit of a wave. A little bit of a wave. Mind you, I think we're nearly at high tide at the moment, so not surprising it's kicking over the edge. Kicking over the promenade! Well, not kicking it out, I mean, kicking over the side. Anyway, done here in Penzance. I think it's time to crack on home again. So, let's go. Oh my goodness, I don't know if you can make that out. This will be an X-sectional test of the lenses. You can see that, that'll be flipping amazing, but there is a massive, massive moon. Huge! Little cool things about this remote I've got on the dash, on the steering wheel now. Things like moving the camera around to get the best angle. And you touch the back of the screen accidentally, and then you set all the settings incorrectly, and so you've got to try and fiddle away and get them set back again. Don't have to worry about it now. Just one press on the remote, goes back to the settings I had before, press the record, starts recording, press the record, stops the recording. Job's a good one. That's the second one today. Okay, I found a bit of a problem. When I've got the remote on the steering wheel, I'm also pressing the horn, so I've got to stop that then, haven't I? Better. Well. That was a bit of a bonkers day. Didn't go. It ended up not being how I planned at all. So today I was supposed to be going to go surfing, but waves were actually too big for me. So I decided to knock it on the head. Then ended up having a bit of a mercy mission, go and save Tom. And then go and find that house. That house was lush, man. Well, at least all the houses around it are lush, and it's in a really nice area. And it's really close to the sea as well, which is something else that we'd like to do. And also high enough away from the sea not to be a flood concern. So that's it, man. That's good. It's a good day today. Quite enjoyed it. So, looks like we've got a helicopter or something going overhead. I don't know. Anyway, that's about it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Oh, by the way, just to make sure you do get to see tomorrow, don't forget, have a look down there, click on that subscribe button, and if you click that bell notification, then YouTube will let you know when the next video is released. So, for now, thanks a lot. Catch you later. Bye.